But what I learned is that witches pray and they fast too. One of the things that was interesting to me when I read the story of Jezebel was how there was a story where Ahab's upset. He wanted his neighbor's vineyard. He goes crying to Jezebel about it. And Jezebel says, well, you're the king. What are you crying about? She goes, I'll handle it. She writes a decree, puts his seal on it. And in this decree, she sets the man up. She tells him to come to the town square, but beforehand, she calls for prayer and for fasting. And then after she calls for prayer and for fasting, this is Jezebel, a witch, calling for prayer and for fasting. Afterwards, she places two accusers there to accuse this man of acting against God and then setting him up to be stoned. How evil is that? But what I learned is that witches pray and they fast too. They will call for prayer and fasting too. When Jesus said, going back into Mark, when he's dealing with the boy who had the demon and the disciples couldn't cast him out, and Jesus said, this kind only comes out through prayer and through fasting. What I realized is that we got to go harder as Christians. Because yes, the disciples, they weren't fasting, but because we are waiting for the return of Christ and we're operating with the Holy Spirit, we are called to live a fasted lifestyle. And we need to be going harder than what these witches are doing. Why are we not taking our fasting seriously as Christians? So you have people in the world and people of occultic and secular faiths that fast and they pray to their demonic gods. And they're praying so that they can have some type of leverage ahead of the believer or ahead of the next person. So if we want to stay ahead, if we don't want to be knocked out of our position, we need to be praying. We need to be fasting.